Chapter 5. The final blow. The Wendigo and the Skinwalkers circled each other, bloodied and battered. The ground beneath them was stained with dark red, and their heavy breaths filled the air. The Wendigo's eyes were filled with fury, while the Skinwalker's gaze was cold and calculating. Caleb whispered to Joshua, "We need to get out of here while they're distracted." Joshua nodded, but just as they turned to flee, the Wendigo let out a deafening roar and lunged at the Skinwalker. The Skinwalker dodged at the last second, and the Wendigo crashed into a tree, splintering it with its immense strength. Seizing the opportunity, the Skinwalker leaped onto the Wendigo's back, sinking its teeth deep into the creature's neck. The Wendigo thrashed wildly, trying to shake the Skinwalker off, but the Skinwalker held on with relentless tenacity. With a final, desperate effort, the Wendigo managed to grab the Skinwalker and fling it across the clearing. The Skinwalker hit the ground hard, skidding to a stop against a rock. The Wendigo staggered, blood pouring from its wounds. It let out a low, rumbling growl. Its eyes locked on the Skinwalker, but as it took a step forward, its legs gave out, and it collapsed to the ground, defeated. The Skinwalker slowly got to its feet, panting heavily. It limped over to the fallen Wendigo, standing over it for a moment before letting out a victorious howl. Chapter 6. The Escape. Caleb and Joshua took this moment to run. Their hearts pounded as they sprinted through the forest, branches slapping against their faces. They could hear the Skinwalker's triumphant howl behind them, but they didn't dare look back. The trees blurred around them as they ran, fueled by pure adrenaline. Caleb's ankle throbbed with every step, but he pushed through the pain, knowing that stopping was not an option. After what felt like an eternity, they burst out of the forest and onto a dirt road. They paused, gasping for breath, and looked back. The woods were dark and silent, the battle hidden behind the thick trees. Did we lose it? Caleb panted, his chest heaving. Joshua nodded, his eyes wide with fear. "I think so, but we need to keep moving. We can't stay here." They continued down the road, moving as quickly as they could. The adrenaline was starting to wear off, and Caleb's ankle was beginning to swell. He limped along, gritting his teeth against the pain. As they walked, they heard a distant howl echo through the forest. Caleb's heart skipped a beat, and he quickened his pace. The Skinwalker was still out there, and they needed to get as far away as possible.